4 weeks old today, and I wasn't planning on feeding them this stuff today, but I was moving the board to give them a little bit more room over here, and they got into Mama's food and started eating it like they've been doing it for years. So, why fight them? I thought it'd be at least another week or two before they'd get into the not mush stuff, but they look like they're ready for it. I like how they have to stand in it to be able to eat it. That's why I thought putting it on the top of a bucket lid made perfect sense. It was easy for them all to get to it. And hopefully they wouldn't have to stand in it, but it didn't work that way. And apparently they got one that's full over there. That's good. They're finally getting their fill. I hope this is alright with Mama. This is the sound I get to hear for the rest of the night until it gets dark, and then they'll be quiet for the rest of the night. See, they got water, they got food, they just had a feeding for Mama, but they want out. I don't blame them, but still too small to let out. And there's Mama. Oh, by the way, they're 4.5 weeks today. You hear that growling? This is going to be about what it is that I would change on the cabin. If I was going to order a new one, we're going to order it again, or just knowing what I know now. First off, I'm very happy with the layout, the design of it, the whole ordering process through Kathy at WeatherKing. They worked with me very well on what I wanted and how I wanted it laid out. Got the windows exactly where I wanted, the size I wanted. The roof, beautiful roof, been working great. No complaints about this thing at all so far, at all. Oh man. Yeah, it's been working beautifully. Fantastic. But you've seen it in every shot I've taken of this place. About the one thing that I would change, and that's the windows. If I knew what the only thing I would change in this would be the windows. If I knew what I was doing, I would put in some home windows from a window store myself, or talk to WeatherKing about putting in your windows versus these. These are heavy windows. They're dual pane, but they're heavier. They're just heavy, and they got the kind where you gotta slide in the notch on both sides and then lift up on it, rather than just a single finger lift up on a window, which is the way they should be. I don't know if you noticed, but almost every one of them's open now. But the absolute number one thing I would change, even if I couldn't change the windows, where the windows are. This is eye level for me sitting in here. Now if you look over here, you can see the sunset. But if you want to see anything else, like out this, let me open up the curtain. Show you a little better. This window. But yeah, this is right even with my eyes. So if you want to see anything, you gotta lift up or stand up or whatever. And see, standing up, the windows are still plenty far above you. So if they lowered them, I figured about 6 to 8 inches or 3 feet off the ground would be the best way to do it for windows for any cabin, any shed, anything, because windows this size, like I said, if you're standing in here, you can still easily see out the top without having to duck down, even if it was lowered 8 inches. So, but it sure would make it nice if when I was sitting in here, I could see out the windows without having to hoist myself up or stand up or whatever. Yeah, that's the only thing I would change. Like I said, I love the layout of it. I love the porch. I love the fact that they moved the entrance to the porch, because in their design, it's in the center, and I asked them if they could move the entrance over to here, and then move the railing. Sure, no problem, no charge. It's like, cool. They put Reflectix under it for me. No charge for the labor. I had to pay for the Reflectix, but it's been well worth it. Had a nice, cozy, warm floor all winter long. Now my feet still got cold, but it wasn't because of cold floors. So, I don't know how some people live in houses with tile floors. Just never made any sense to me. And here's the hard-working puppies, just got fed dinner. So, but yeah, went to the doctor today. Final checkup, post-op. Everything looked fine, everything looked good. Said the swelling is normal. The feeling of the skin tearing would be normal. The pain I'm experiencing should be relatively normal. So, but I'm able to do everything I want without a whole lot of discomfort. So, there's that. But there for a few days, it was only those oxys that were getting me through. And the funny thing was, the first 3 days after the operation, I didn't feel a thing. I felt perfectly fine. It's like I thought, wow, this doctor knew exactly what the hell she was doing. But then it started to kick in, and it kept kicking. Every day it kept kicking worse and worse. And now it's been 3 or 4 days. Three nights for sure, being able to sleep all night, no problem. So, be 3 full days at least of no pain, which I'm very grateful for. Beautiful day today. I think I'm going to have a campfire. What do you think? It's almost 7 o'clock. It'll be about perfect time to get one started after 2-hour fire logs. I think I'll get one going. And that's kind of the way life is out here. I was just talking and I said, I think I'll have a fire tonight. 10 minutes later, I have a fire. I don't have to converse with anybody or convince anybody or get somebody else's approval. I just come out and do it, you know. So, and it's almost sunset time. Just another beautiful day in paradise. And like that saying, tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Well, somebody's got to be the first out in the Sonoran Desert to show you how easy it is to survive off-grid. Much easier in the desert, I think, than it would be up north somewhere. Because the only thing I need to do to get through the worst season is have sunshine. to power the solar panels, the batteries, and the air conditioner. Now, I'm sure if I looked, I could find enough burnable material around here to keep me warm for a couple of years if I had to. Let's see if we can. There's the sunset. It's almost down. About the size of a new moon. So call this a new sun, I guess. And it's gone. So now back to this fire. Gorgeous evening. I have about 91 today. Hey Remy. Hey puppy, how you doing? Hey you good Remy. How did you know just where to stand? Here's Ruger. Ruger come back yet? Nope. Stubborn potty. Well, I want to thank you for joining me on my inaugural campfire in my newly located fire pit right in front of the cabin. Yeah, I think I actually like this spot a little bit better than I did the other one. Just prettier fauna flora around. And it just seems a little more open. So. You good, Remy? You good puppy? Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. Go find Gruber. But there's the bird of paradise, and one ocotillo, and a small one, and a small one, and another big ocotillo, and another big ocotillo. And there's the campfire. That's the views I'm getting. Zoom it up so it's closer to life size. See the mountains in the background. Ocotillo. There's the cholla that the fire is right in front of. And then going over to here. Sunset. Sun glow. And then more mountains over there, which are a lot closer than they look on the camera. Let's see. What I call Volcano Peak over there is actually bigger with my eyes than it is on the viewfinder. So, oh well. Well, there's my Ruger. Hey puppy, how you doing? How you doing? I'm starting to think maybe you got lost. There's my Ruger. There's my Ruger. Come on. That's my Ruger. That's my Ruger. Hey, careful. Well, it's 7:35 or something like that. Sun went down about almost 20 minutes ago. So, means we're almost halfway through twilight. Here's the Ruger. Okay. So, I was reading today something I thought was kind of poignant to the way that I chose to live. He was talking about standing on a dock, waving goodbye, except everybody on board a ship or whatever. He was standing on a dock, and everybody on the ship was actually facing away from him, looking towards the future. But it was like I was not thrown overboard. I chose to disembark. And that's the way I feel about here. I chose to disembark. I don't know how many of you ever saw that over 20-year-old movie now, Tom Hanks, where he was stranded on an island for over 4 years. The name totally escapes me now, but I mean, I love that movie. But part of the thing is a lot of people, when they watch it, they look at him stranded on that island for 4 years and think, oh my God, how can he do that? How can he possibly survive? Oh, that's got to be terrible. It's got to be horrible. And I keep thinking, I'd love to do that. You know, without the broken tooth. I could do without that very easily, thank you. Just thinking of that makes me cringe. I can't watch that particular scene anymore. He jams the tooth out at the bottom of the ice skate. If you haven't seen it, it's an excellent movie. I think it has Tom Hanks' best Oscar-winning performance in it, and I don't even think it was voted on for an Oscar. So, towards the end, when he's sitting there in his sweater with a drink in his hand, talking to his buddy after being rescued, watch him. Watch the way he starts out and the way he carries that whole scene, his emotions. You can feel him going through it. And his eyes tear up on cue. So, very underrated performance. If it wasn't for the crickets that I always hear in my head 24/7, it would be almost dead silent here, except for the dogs barking in the background. Not my dogs, though, they're right behind me. What? What you want, puppy? Don't knock the camera over. Come on. Where are you? Here's my Ruger. Here's my Remy. Here's my puppies. Here's my puppies. What are you doing? Did you protect me again? Huh? Did you protect me again? Good job. Go take care of the babies. Go take care of the babies. Would you stop kicking the camera? God. This way is closer to west. But it's getting dark. Perfect time, perfect temperature, perfect weather for having a little campfire. You're sitting right alongside of me, so thank you for joining me. Already too much traffic around here. There's the third vehicle I've heard in the last 45 minutes. You like my Boy Scout fire? That's what a Boy Scout friend of mine taught me. I was never in the Boy Scouts. He says, screw it. Get a fireplace log. Little Duraflames or... So that's what I do. A lot of people would consider what I am doing and enjoying as ludicrous, totally crazy, beyond belief. They don't understand it. It's like, what enjoyment do you get in that? But I'm sitting here in my rocking chair, watching the fire, watch the sunset, you know. It's, for some reason, for quite a many years, this is what I have dreamt about. What I thought about doing is getting a rocking chair on a porch and watching the sunset, like I used to do when I was a little kid at our farmhouse up in northern Minnesota. I'd sit out on the porch. Sometimes the whole family would, but I was almost always out there watching the sunset. Did the same thing when I was down in Mexico. Watched the sunset. That was, I timed everything around that. Of course, there was fantastic watching it dive into the ocean. Yeah, sitting on a rocking chair on a porch, just hanging out, enjoying it. You know, if I want to listen to music, listen to music. If I don't, I don't. You know, lately what I get to listen to is the dogs yapping, but, or the puppies, the babies, I call them. Yeah, hanging out on the porch, just enjoying the day, enjoying the evening. And of course, my dream was to always find a woman to be sitting alongside me on the porch. That just never quite worked out. Yeah, it has been very difficult trying to find a woman that this is what they want to do. You know, sit on a rocking chair on a porch and while the time away. Oh. Okay, será. Weather is, temperature is perfect. I'm still sitting out here in short sleeves.